Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. This is another beautiful day here today, 17th March. Just got to make sure our systems are up over here. Ooh, from the get-go, looks like we may be moving here on pound yen. Let's take a look over here. We got Euro JPY still respecting ranges. We have pound yen over here at this point. Now, the one thing I was looking at pound yen here was now obviously we got FOMC later on. The only thing I was looking at it was if we break above this area around 151,720, there's a possibility for price to continue up to retest this high right around here, 151,940, right at this point. There's going to be an opportunity for price to continue up over here. And I was looking to enter positions around 151,740 for price to continue moving bullish. Already have a position running from somewhere down at 151,550 in the morning when I woke up, and I'm looking to add another position right over here once this kind of starts breaking the highs around 151,750, because then we're looking to see if price is going to continue up to retest this high here or not. Let's take a look here. So we got the chat coming in. We got the Zoom chat coming in over here to the left hand side. We're going to bring this on. This is too early for me. Can you come back in an hour? No, I think this is the normal time now. This is the regular time now these days. Your JPY is just ranging. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is probably ranging here too, because we got really high volume news here later on. Oh yeah, gold has been ranging. Gold is still in that range. Gold hasn't really broken that range at all. Nothing has happened on gold. Look at this on the 4-hour time frame, still stuck at this point. Maybe we moved up this range a little bit. That's it. Otherwise, it's just still in this range here. Let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, we're still ranging here in gold. Let's remove all analysis and let's do some fresh analysis here on gold. So we got resistance 1737. I'm not sure anything's going to happen until the FMC rates. I mean, we may have some pushes here and there, but that's about it. I don't think anything meaningful that's going to happen here during the New York session. But I'm keeping my eye on pound yen at this point, because if we break above this area, let's say 151, 770, 760, we got a nice range to fill around 151, 920. How much does he make a day? Yesterday I made like negative $70 yesterday. So it's basically irrelevant. Okay, let's take a look over here. 151,720 is broken. We can retest the high. Yes, we can retest the high right here. 151,900. This is the target I'm looking for today. 151,900 for price to come into that point. Obviously, the stop is going to be kept below this current candle, and then we can anticipate the rest of them to continue moving bullish. So let's wait and see. Let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute also looks good. Above this area would be pretty nice. Check out GU, please. Currently in buys. Let's take a look at this chart here first. All right, this is GJ. Ooh, secured 50%. Runner hit stop loss at break even. Nice. So I guess you got lucky in a way that the next candle closed. This candle closed with no wick here. So there could have been a little bit of a problem, but you managed it well, and it's pretty good. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this chart here. By thoughts, please. USD/JPY coming down. Sells when price broke the low. Okay, the only problem is you're coming into a consolidation area to the left-hand side. There's also a little bit of a rejection. So price may reject to do a retest to continue down. So you got to keep that in mind. So, if it does reject, then Like, you know, obviously we may do a retest, but overall, I mean, it should be coming into the consolidation area. At the same time, we got interest rates later on too, so you got to keep that in mind as well. This is a Euro JPY. Eurozone bandwagon. Okay, make a high, support. Took a buy at this point. I hope you maybe basically managed risk. Yeah, I hope you managed risk at that point. Because traditionally, if we broke up, you either needed the price to break up of the high, or you needed price to create some sort of support to continue moving up. The buys I took earlier on was only based on the fact that this daily candle broke the high at this point, went up, respected the low. So if it broke the high, then there's a probability it may continue moving bullish, right? So I kept that in mind, number one. Number two, the 4-hour candle was down over here and it wasn't breaking the low. So I was like, okay, you know what? If I take a buy and keep my stop below the 4-hour candle, there's a probability it may continue up to fill this wick, right? And then when we go towards, yeah, so basically that was it. It was based on the 4-hour moving bullish at this point. And then the 1 hour is moving up, it's about to break the high. The 30 minutes also about to break the high over here, which is pretty nice because if we do, I think there's a very, very high probability we can continue moving bullish at that point. And this is where I'm going to be adding another position to my entry. Right over here. Stops are below this Hearn candle and anticipating it to continue up towards at least, let's say 151,900. Does New York open technically 1 hour later now for Canadians because of daylight savings? No, it's the same. It's the same time. Guys, it's the same time. Like, if it was 8 a.m. before, it's going to be 8 a.m. still again. Yeah, so we broke the high over here at this point. We have clean candles here to the left-hand side. We have this candle creating like a huge rejection at this point. Looking on the 15-minute time frame, 15 minutes also bullish. The only thing is now we got to identify is that we don't want, I mean, I don't want price to close below this area, 151,700, you know, 720. Because if we go below this area, then that means there's a high probability that this move up could be a fake out. And at that point, I'll have to manage my risk and maybe close 50% and, like, you know, do those risk management things. So far it's pretty good. So far it's looking good to continue moving bullish, and we're going to stay in this position. When you place your first buys, the 4-hour, 1 hour, 30-minute were bearish, I assume. What gave you the confidence to place buys? As I said again, I looked at the daily time frame. Daily broke the high over here, and I was thinking, okay, well, maybe it's retracing to continue moving back up again, right? And also broke the high over here of the previous candle. Looked at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour was bearish, and I was like, okay, if I take a buy at this point with the daily being bullish and have my stop below the 4-hour candle, because if we study how price moves in uptrends, right, it's very well explained in our unlearn and relearn section. So took a buy, had stops below the 4-hour candle, you know, anticipating it to not to break the low, because if it doesn't break the low, if it respects the low, that means price is going to move bullish, right? So that was the whole idea. Took a buy, and then that's it. Had my banana, made some green tea, came back on the stream, was up in profits. So I was like, okay, you know what? My anticipation was correct. And now we've broken the high at this point. So I entered another position over here. That's basically what happened. So it was a combination of experience plus the higher time frames and just, you know, taking the trade. Around down over here, 151, 560, 550. Do you want the 15-minute to close above resistance? Yes. Want it closing above, you know, 151, 720, basically. Gold is still at this resistance area around here. Let's take a look at actually, let's take a look at the USD/JPY over here, see what's going on. Also, what I want to look at is I want to revise the news events there for today. I'm going to try to stream FOMC today if I can. I'm going to try to do that. We got CPI for CAD, high volume news for USD CAD, so keep that in mind. So it'd be interesting, FOMC. If they keep the rates the same, that's going to be good for the US dollar, and we may see continuation. Like, we may see a bearish continuation on gold, but we'll see what happens, man. FOMC is going to be wild. Look at the way gold has been ranging here. Look at this 4-hour, just garbage range. From 14th, since the last 3 days, just range, straight range. Nothing's happening at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. All right, let's take a look at GU over here. Let's take a look at GU. Let's remove all analysis here. So we're going to do complete high time frame to low time frame breakdown. So looking at the daily candle, daily looks like the same thing as almost like GJ, breaking the high over here, trying to continue moving bullish. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, 4 hours also moving bullish. We've created a support down here. We have clean range till, what's its price? 1.39450. Let me just draw this range right over here. So we got this range at this point right here. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, 1 hour is also about to break the high over here at this minor resistance, 1.39180. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, oh yeah, we're at this resistance here on the 30-minute time frame, right at this point. Right, so we need this 30-minute candle to kind of like break above this area and then continue moving bullish, probably to fill this wick 12 pips away, and then eventually 1.39400, 20 some odd pips away. On the 1-hour time frame, you can see we have clean candles here going all the way up there. Buys above 1.39200, yes. Are you in a trade? Yes. This is my trade right here. I took the trade when this candle broke the high of the previous wick at this point. Executed a buy and anticipating it to continue moving bullish. Now the 15-minute candle is about to close, and as this candle is closing, I'm expecting it to stay above 151, 720, 730, and the next one to continue moving bullish from this point. So the next candle, I'm expecting it to continue moving sort of like this. This is what I'm expecting the next candle to do. Continue up, fill this range to the left-hand side, come up to our take profit, and call it a day. Right? Is that too much to ask, GJ? Probably not. Just one quick move, and then we're done. Okay, are you thinking about keeping a runner after it reaches 900? Probably not. We got a resistance here. I'll see what happens. I'll see with what speed and volume we continue up towards 151, 900. Your JPY is a mess. The only good thing about your JPY is that it's created this rejection over here. And after this zone, this resistance zone, we have clean moves all the way up towards, 130, 250, even like 130, 150, almost like a 20 pips away. So that's something good for your JPY. But right now it's just ranging. There's nothing to do on your JPY. Pound yen, we've executed a buy over here, so expecting it to continue bullish. Gold is ranging. GU is also at this resistance area over here waiting to break up. Let's take a look at GA. Oh, GA is in the same predicament as pound yen, right? We have a high formed at this point. We have a support formed down here, and looks like it could continue up to retest this high. Very nice. How will you handle any potential rejections of the 151.80 level on GJ? 151.80. 151.80. I don't know. I think once I go in profits, just like we're going in profits right now, I'm just gonna, you know, maybe close 50%, 60% if price comes down. That's what I would want to do at that point. Don't worry about gold until after FOMC. Yes, gold is a mess. The way it's been ranging, something huge is cooking for the FOMC today. Have you already taken a trade apart from the current one? Yes. I was in a buy when I came on the stream. I explained it. If you missed it, you can go to the YouTube stream, you can rewind it, and you can basically listen on to where I talked about the trade I took before the stream. In my country, there are brokers with a minimum amount of spread being 2.5 or 3.0 that we can access. You made it sound like you're as if that's a good thing. All right, look at this. We're moving up nice over here. Okay, let's see here. $811. Almost gonna get like 10 pips around 862. And after 862, I'm just gonna secure positions and put my stops at break even at that point. So far, we're very nice here, up in profits a little bit. 4 pips, 5 pip up in profits. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, look at that. GA is also moving up over here. Nice. I think this was a really easy trade here. We broke above the high, executed stops below the current candle, and anticipating pre-New York volume to push price towards, 151, 860. I think we're like 3 pips away, 4 pips away. And if we can get there, I think it's going to be a pretty good day here today. Pretty good day. Let's see what the gulag is up to. Man, gulag is always complaining. Every day there's someone complaining. Does anyone have the pip count for these live streams? Oh, you'll have to do your own audit. You'll have to do your own audit for those. All right, so we're coming up to this consolidation area to the left-hand side. We got 10 minutes left for this candle to close. I think around 151, 850, it may start to reject a little bit. So, like, if you want to secure, let's say 40%, 50% at that point, feel free to do so, because, I mean, once we're coming up to the rejection area, there's a probability we may start rejecting it and a little bit retrace here down, But I'm holding the whole thing. Oh, wow, look at that. 151, 850 came up. What's next? 151, 863. $151,863. Oh, someone just closed, took profits. Very nice, very nice. Nothing wrong with taking profits at that point. 855, 830, 768, 868. All right, we still got a little bit more way to go over here at this point. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure around, oh, there we go. We got 10 pips around over here. So I secured around 90% at that point. I secured 90%. I'm putting my stops at break even, and I'm letting the rest run from this point over here. That would be considered an impulse entry. Yes, this was an impulse entry at this point. Once this candle broke above the high, it was an impulse entry. So I secured 90% because we came up to this consolidation area, and you can see how we're rejecting from here, right? So I secured positions, and I'm leaving the rest run with stops at break even. Very nice. Went to be very nice. So whoever took this trade and got at least some profits, 8 pips, 9 pips, very nice. We did a good job here this morning. That was too easy, made 4K. Oh, nice. Nice one. Where to run to? I think if there's still volume over here with the next hour starting, I think we can come up towards 151, 900 for sure. 151, like these tops over here at 151, 920, 940. That could be done very easily at this point. So yeah, ran up to almost 10 pips. So it's a good thing I secured at 9 pips. What's this here? But Sunny, the price didn't go in drawdown. How did you dynamic risk? Oh, I think you're talking to somebody else. Will you do a breakdown of the trade later? Yes. So Luke, if you go to the YouTube stream, you can actually go back in time and you can see where I talked about the buy I had earlier on at the bottom. I explained that, the whole thing. From the daily, 4 hour, and why I took it, what was the reasoning. I explained everything. GA is also coming up over here. I think this retracement is just a retracement for the candle close, the 1 hour candle close, and the next one can basically continue moving bullish. Oh, my stops at break even didn't get executed. GU is still at that resistance. There's no confirmation for buys at this point on GU. What I can say is don't be surprised if it's going to be a low volume day here today, because we got some high volume news coming in later on. What don't you hold? Why don't you hold your positions for longer? Because they get stopped out all the time. See now, this one I'm holding, I got stops at break even, and if it gets stopped out, then it gets stopped out, right? But if it continues moving bullish, then it should. Why not catch 20 pips? Because if the market only rejects after 15 pips, how can we catch 20 pips? It just doesn't make any sense. Because if you measure from here till here, this is like 17 pips, right? It's like 17 pips. So we can't expect price to break this area to get 20 pips. Doesn't make any sense because, you got resistance at this point. And that's why you're in the gulag over here today. What's your prediction about the effect of news on gold? My prediction is, it's mixed of everything. You can never say what's going to happen. I mean, from what I've seen is they've kept the race the same. Sometimes, they keep the race the same. Gold basically drops sometimes. Sometimes it goes up. So it's very tough to say. The only thing you can look at is, okay, let me just bring up gold over here at this point. All right, so let's take a look on the weekly time frame here first, right? Let's remove all analysis. Oh, how do you do this? Oh, there we go. Remove all analysis, right? So this is what we got right over here. So we got a massive support rejection on gold around 1680. Price is moving up over here. This move up could be a retracement for price to continue down to retest this low, right? It could be a retracement. So let's take a look on the daily here now. So looking at the daily, we're approaching a very, very high resistance area at 1730, 1740. And if we break above this area, this is where, if they're bearish on the US dollar, if we break above this area, our next target is around 1760. This is like 200 pips away. So if you measure this area, it's like 200 pips away. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, yeah, see, same idea here. So first target could also be around 1751, 100 pips away, and the next one is 1760. So this is basically you're expecting price to move into. Looking at it from a bearish perspective is pretty difficult because there's a lot of consolidation over here. The only thing I can see from a bearish perspective is that maybe below 1720 or even like to be safe below like 1719, 1720 would be safe, because then we got clean candles going all the way down towards 1700, right? Below this area at this point. This is what we got. Clean candles to the left above 1740 and clean candles to the left below 1720. Because, you know, below this area it's all messy. There's a lot of ranges, candles, opening, closing. I mean, it's just so tough. It's extremely, extremely tough on gold for sells. So we're going to see what happens. How long did it take you to become profitable? It's not about the time. It's about realizing that you need to just focus on one session, one pair, 1 to 2 trades a day, and that's about it. My runner is actually still open over here in this trade. So the new hour is about to start. The 30-minute candle is closing bullish. I'm really expecting it to continuing up at this point to the next candle. Would buys be valid after the 30-minute candle close on GJ? It's going to be valid, but then your stop is going to be based on a 15-minute time frame. So you gotta take that into account too. But then your take profit is going to be pretty small, right? Then you don't have enough range. You got like a 10 pip range. You know, it gets pretty messy at that point. So you can see my buys were somewhere down over here, which gave us a bigger range to play in, which gave us like a 15 to 17 pip range to play in, basically. Ooh, we're still ranging over here, still at this resistance on GU. GA is also moving bullish. Pretty neat. Very, very neat move here. Alright, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is gold, 5-minute chart. I would say just don't touch gold at all. Just don't even look at gold till FOMC is done. How about that? Right? Whoever trades gold, be this the day today that you don't look at gold here today till after FOMC, or even tomorrow, you know. So just take a day off from gold today. If you only trade gold, just be like, hey, like, you know what, it's my day off today, because extremely delicate situations are going to happen on gold, especially if you look at the 5-minute time frames. What is FOMC? FOMC is when the US government, they announce the interest rates. That's what FOMC is. Interest rate at which depository institutions and lend balances held the federal deposit institution overnight. Yeah. It's basically when they announce the interest rates. Now, if you don't know what the interest rates are, I would highly suggest to leave the stream right now and go read on that stuff. Just Google some information, man. Learn something. Trade 1, GJ buys. Got 8 pips out of it. Are you still in the trade? Yes, I still have my runner running. I closed 90% and I still have my runner running. Will you be stream at FOMC? Yeah, I'll try to stream during FOMC. All I gotta do is I gotta go buy some shoes today after the stream, and once that's done, then we're gonna try to stream FOMC. Yeah, man, pretty excited getting shoes today. Can't believe the amount of printing money they have done in the last year. Yeah, I think more printing money is coming in. Rates will be kept the same. Removal of restrictions, stimulus checks, and positive vaccine news will impact gold price. I think I will have a bearish post-bias news conference. I think in the news conference, what they may talk about is they may talk about more stimulus, and if they talk about more stimulus, that's gonna put the US dollar bullish, right? And with that going bullish, I think that we could see a decline in gold if they talk about the stimulus, if they talk about the vaccines, because that all means, like, you know, good for the economy in the meantime. So Yeah, we'll see what happens. What time will the stream start? I think I'm gonna start at around 1:50, 10 minutes before, maybe 5 minutes. Didn't it bother you that the 11:15 candle didn't have a wick on top? I don't know which pair you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You need to be very specific. Let's see here. Why did you choose to focus on GJ? Was there any particular reason behind? Yeah, like a few of my friends were trading GJ, and I saw that as something very interesting because it was moving faster than USDJPY, which I was trading at that point. And I was like, okay, you know what? It makes sense to trade pound yen because my friends are trading pound yen, and basically that's it. I stuck with it. Just like we've influenced a number of people here to trade pound yen. That's how I got influenced to trade pound yen. Yeah, I'm just gonna close the gold chart here because there's nothing to do here in gold today. Those who missed the GJ trade, where would be second chance now? Learning purpose, please. Second chance for the GJ buys. Looking on the smaller time frame, I think you need price to respect this area, and if it's coming down, just let it come down, right? And once it starts heading bullish, I think that could be a second entry for price to then continue moving bullish if it respects this low here first. If it respects this low here first, then there's a high probability for price to continue moving bullish. Oh, what's this? Woke up at 3 a.m., made 5% by 4 a.m. Gotta love this stream. Oh, nice, man. Congratulations. Made some gains. All right, my position got stopped out over here. Had it at break even, got stopped out. Yeah, had a pretty easy move here today. Oh man, the spread stopped me out over here at this point. It is what it is. Oh, okay, good thing I got stopped out, or I would have been drawdown at this point. How much money did you put in your first live account? My first live account was $200, which I blew in 2 weeks. And then the second one was like around $1,000. Mr. Uwan Shaler has a question. Hey, mate from the UK here. What leverage do you think is the best to use for beginners starting off? I think 500 to 1 is good. 400 to 1 is good. I think leverage is basically, it's all up to you, right? Leverage is basically all up to you. The only thing is with leverage, you have to understand this one thing, right? If your leverage is too high, that means you can risk a lot at any given time. But if your leverage is low, that means you cannot risk a lot at any given time. So sometimes, smaller leverage, it's pretty good. It's good because you can't risk a lot. Someone is asking, what about this candle? Yeah, this candle has no wick on the top. So we entered right up over here, 151,760, for price to continue moving bullish. And wow, look at this, man. We were correct. Price came up, consolidation area. It was time to secure positions. It doesn't matter what you want. What matters is what you see, what the market wants, right? Obviously, price came here and we wanted price to move up towards, 151,900, but there was consolidation here to the left-hand side. So what did we do? We secured positions. And what happened? Price rejected. Do the entire stream in the UK accent. I can't. I can't. Will FOMC affect oil? Probably not. FOMC has nothing to do with oil. Market has corrected the drops which have been happening on GJ in the past couple of days. You know what, man? This thing is still bullish. It's still very bullish, right? Look at the weekly over here. Extremely bullish, just climbing up and up and up like a mountain climber. Look at the daily over here. Daily basically broke the highs of the previous daily candles, moving bullish at this point. Look at the 4-hour candle. Looks like it's going to come up towards to fill this wick over here at 152. Look at the 1-hour candle. Right? Look at this structure over here. Clean structure to continue up over here at this point. The 30-minute candle, same idea, but too bad, so sad, my runner got stopped out. It is what it is, right? Look at the 15-minute. The only problem is this minor consolidation here to the left-hand side, but otherwise it just looks pretty good to fill the wick and continue all the way up towards 151,900. If previous left side rejection on support does it matter? Current bullish will reject on same area? I don't know what you mean. You'll have to send a chart. There's a lot of investigation to be done with that comment. If previous left side rejection, which one? I have no idea. So you'll have to send a chart, please. If Trump is retired now and he got booted, can we get him on the stream? I don't know if that could be well, it could be a possibility, but I don't know how we can get that done. So this will be our potential targets over here. Right here. This is what we're looking at for price to continue up towards 151,920. What do you think about your JPY? Your JPY is breaking above this area, coming into this clean candles here to the left hand side. Looking on the 15-minute time frame. See, this is the problem with your JPY here. We had a resistance formed at this point, right? This candle is trying to close above this area, but the only problem for buys with your JPY is that there's this rejection here to the left hand side, right? So you need this candle to close bullish to be able to say, okay, you know what, at this time price can continue moving up. So we'll need that closure above this area, 129, 960, 970, even on the 30-minute time frame, right? Because the previous candle closed below resistance. So we need this candle to close above this area like a strong bullish candle. And then we can continue up. Can you check Ross Cameron? He's one of the best stock traders I think we can provide value here. Okay. I messaged him, but he never replied. So, yeah. Ooh, gold is dropping. That's okay. We're going to tackle gold at FOMC, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm going to be tackling gold at FOMC today. We're going to see what kind of a mess we can get into. What do you think about buys above 151,940 on GJ? 940, yeah, looks good. Looks good. Because I know that's a high we've created at this point. 151,940 right over here. 940, 930. Oh, I don't know. This is a problem area at this point. Look at this. Look at this resistance here to the left hand side. That's a huge problematic area over here. So I don't think buys above 151,940 are going to be good, because even if you take buys above 151,950, your range is like 12 pips, 11 pips. It's not enough range at that point. So you'll have to be careful. MJFX. I'm in a trade right now. Any thoughts, please? All right. Let's take a look over here. Euro AUD. Impulse entry. Stop below the lower low wick. Okay, perfect. 30-minute candle. I think what you can also do is you can bring your stop above this current 30-minute candle and anticipate to go up. The only problem is that you have your take profit above this resistance, and we don't know for sure if price is going to break this resistance and go up. So this could be a small range, right? This range right here, or you really want price to break above this resistance to continue up. But you got that resistance there, which you can't ignore. I mean, I can't ignore it. All right, so we got 3 minutes left for this candle to close, 15-minute candle, and I'm going to be right back. I'm going to make some tea because I think it's going to be a long session here today. Any thoughts on Dogecoin? No idea. No clue. Oh, nice. Gold is actually coming down, which is pretty good. Because if on FMC we break below 1727, we got clean range for gold to continue into. All right, let's take a look at this idea here. GU 15-minute time frame. taken trade on the break of the 15-minute candle with a clean candle to go down. We had clean candle here. You took the sell. Price moved 6 pips in profit. Result hit, take profit. Oh, nice, beautiful. Well done. Nice one. So you looked at the 15-minute time frame, and you had a clean range for price to come into. Beautiful. Yeah, that was a very, very good execution. This was a perfect example of selling resistance, looking at rejection, and executing on that. Took this trade based before the stream. Feedback would be great by Stefan Masood. All right, what's this over here? This is pound yen 15-minute chart. Buys over here, price went up. Nice, man, beautiful. I had the same buys. My buys were above this wick around 151, 760. They were a little bit later, so that's still pretty good. Good job over there. Gulag is winning trades here slowly. Will you ever bring KenFX Freak on the stream? We had him on the stream before, probably like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So we're going to see if we can get him on again. Thoughts on gold, guys. My thoughts on gold are going to be just leave gold, just leave how it is, right? Because what I'm looking at it, the way it's forming, it's moving through this consolidation, right? And it's good. The more it moves through this consolidation, the better the range it creates. Because what if during FOMC gold moves up, and if it does move up, then we're going to have this as reference point, because if it moves up, we can turn back and say, okay, you know what? If it's continuing bullish, we have clean range here to the left-hand side, which will make it continue moving bullish way easier, right? So again, if you trade gold, I would say, you know, this is the day here or the session here to maybe like stay away from gold and wait for FOMC later on today. Because we're coming down to a very strong support here now, 1727. Your JPY also broke up, came back in the range. Where would you set stop loss on gold? There's no trade on gold. I haven't taken a trade on gold, so there's no stop loss on gold. All right, let's take a look at this analysis here. This analysis is sent by Josh F. Josh F. Any way I can improve, or if this analysis looks good? I don't know, Josh. I don't know what you want me to look at. What was the result over here? Did you secure positions? Like, what happened? All I see is just 2 red lines, buy, sell, and that's the only thing I see at this point. Nothing else that I see over here. Could maybe put some text like this, maybe put some text like this, or, you know, some text like this, or some text like this. Because honestly, Josh, I'm not a mind reader, you know, so I can't read your mind of what you're thinking over here. But you secured positions, you didn't secure positions, you secured losses. I'm not sure what happened. So probably need some more information. Let's take a look at this GU. Oh, yes, Kasha, we already saw this. That's a very nice trade. All right, what's happening over here? My first chart I send. This is GJ chart. Potential sells under 151.490. First target 151.344. 14 pips away. Pretty good. Looks good over here. Below this area at this point. Yeah, looks good. So since we're rejecting that area, let's do some fresh analysis on pound yen over here. Always, like every hour, like, you know, when a bias changes or when candles reject or something like that, it's always a good idea to do some fresh analysis, right? So if we do fresh analysis, this 4-hour candle is about to close in about an hour and a half. Let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. 1 hour, obviously, they have the same area as resistance up over here. This 1-hour candle has 40 more minutes left for it to close. Looking on the 30-minute time frame, we're basically creating a support at this point, down, way down over here. This is our support at this point. And I think you're right, Jan, you're right. Below 151.480, it's going to be much better sells for price to continue down towards, you know, 151.350. So that's like a 15, 16 pip range over. Yeah, 14, 15 pip range here. Wasn't here for the buys, but how did you only secure 8 pips? What made you secure then and not wait for 10 pips? Well, the reason why I secured 8 pips was because price came up to a consolidation area. So that's why I secured positions over here. And then my runner got stopped out. So all in all, I think from this trade, I made like, what, 5 pips over here. Yeah, I made like 5 pips over here because I secured on 7 lots and then my 1 lot got stopped out. Tough, man. Tough. Had a loss yesterday. Small gains here today. Man, some weeks are just like that. Also, we got interest rates for the pound tomorrow as well. So, man, it's going to be pretty interesting. This week is a pretty interesting week over here. Can you please look at this? Do you think I should take this trade if I saw it again, Mr. Raja? All right. Let's take a look at this ID over here. This is Euro USD. Price tried to push up but failed. You entered an impulse entry break of this low, expecting price to fill the range. That's pretty good. This is pretty good. Pretty good entry. Execution is nice. You got clean candles to the left hand side. Price can continue down further. I hope it went down further here for you because I saw that gold fell. And with that gold falling, I think you should have had a good move down over here too. Oh wow, what's this over here? This is clean candle to the left hand side, USD CHF, price formed resistance, candle closed above. Very nice. Beautiful trade by Aditya Soni. This is kind of like the same thing I was expecting to happen on pound yen, to be honest, but it didn't, right? So now we can see how 15-minute candle closed bearish. We've made a resistance here. We rejected this consolidation to the left hand side. So it's getting pretty ugly at this point, right? 30-minute candle is also about to close in 6 minutes. If it closes bearish, then we're basically ranging over here on pound yen. Against my rule, but sell small gold with 5-minute aim to close wick fill. I'm out for the day. Oh, nice. 2 wins today. Beautiful. Yeah, gold really died over here. How big was this fall here anyway? It's like a 50 pip move. Interesting. FMC, we're going to have crazy moves here today on gold. Because overall, this is still a consolidation area. If you look on the 1 hour time frame, look at the 4 hour time frame, you can see there's nothing. I mean, it's just very difficult to trade in this consolidation area. Are you aiming to increase your overall balance size or stick at 40K? How do you know I'm at 40K? Maybe it has increased. It doesn't matter what amount I'm at. What matters is how are you trying to trade? Mr. Rainy City Consulting. Oh, Jay Bavis donated $5. Thank you. That's my breakfast here for today. What website do you use for the news? Forexfactory.com, right over here. Yeah, man, people really got problems counting people's pockets. Big problem there. It's funny, grown men have that issue, but it is what it is, you know. All right, let's take a look over here. All right, this is an analysis sent by Mr. V21512 from the Gulag. Let's see over here. So we have gold 4-hour chart. Buy when candle closes above this resistance. I agree with that. Above 1740 will be a very nice move up. Candle close below. Candle comes straight down over. This is a really good analysis that you can have for FOMC. This is what you can do for FOMC, right? Really good analysis. I think the only thing also you need to take into account is probably right over here as well, right? Because below this area, you still have enough range for price to come down. Let's see over here. Can you please reply to me regarding this Raja? Oh, I don't know what you asked me. First time here watching your first video on the rules and your experience on beginning, bro. I'm as well new to trading to learn. Oh, nice. Welcome, Jay Bavis. We had a winning trade here this morning, secured positions, runner got stopped out. This week is pretty hard here today. For FMC, do you use sell stop and buy stops? Yes. Today, I'm probably going to be using sell stops and buy stops. How could you have taken the gold drop? I wouldn't have taken the gold drop because I wasn't looking to trade gold at all. But if we kind of do some investigation over here, I think the only way you could have taken the gold drop was maybe breaking below 1733 and expecting it to come down. But here's the problem, right? If it came down, we had this rejection here first, we had another rejection right over here, then we had another support right over here. So there were a lot of problems. Sometimes, price is going to move, it's going to have some clean moves, but you won't be able to catch those moves, and it is what it is. Just can't catch those moves. Also we got FOMC here, if I didn't mention before, so it's better to wait for that too. All right, this is rejected when candles came down. Okay. Here it's going bullish. How those bearish rejection matters. I don't know. I think there's a language issue over here. Here it's going bullish. How those rejection matters. No, this kind of got rejected from this consolidation here to the left hand side. First time here, scalped my way out of the gulag. Oh, welcome. Welcome, Mitch. I saw your email this morning here today. My team forwarded it to me. I was like, oh, nice. Why was taking a buy once the 1 hour candle closed bullish on GJ not a good idea? It wasn't a good idea because we already rejected this consolidation area to the left hand side. That's why I don't think it was a good idea. But but I do think it can continue moving up towards this range here, 151.920. We just need some more confirmations. I think another confirmation we can get is if the next 30-minute candle breaks the high over here, and then you can say, okay, you know what, now there's some confidence for price to continue moving up. But then again, that's like a 10-11 pip range at that point. I love this stream. Thank you so much for all the education. 7 months in trading and still learning so much. Oh man, trust me, I'm still learning. I am still in a learning phase. Oh, we got garbage day today. All right. Blue bins and green bins go out today. Blue and green. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GJ. 30-minute candle broke resistance. Okay. We're bullish, close 50% right over here. Yeah, I think there was a little problem here because of all this consolidation here to the left hand side. That was the only problem. Lots and lots and lots of consolidation here to the left hand side. But you managed your risk here, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good you managed risk at that point. But there was a lot of problems here to the left hand side. Alright, 30-minute candle has closed bearish. If this breaks the high over here, I think there's a very high probability for price to continue moving back up to 151.920. How would you control risk on 4-hour charts? It depends how the candles are printing on the 1-hour charts or the 30-minute charts. That's a very crude explanation, but that was a very, open-ended question there as well. Let's take a look at this GU sell idea. GU selling below the support, waiting for a break below this area to fill the range. 10 to 15 pip range you have at that point. Let's see over here. So you're looking to sell below, I see this area here perfectly. So you're looking to sell below this area right here. 30-minute time frame. Yeah, makes sense. Because we also had resistance here previously. So let's go back to the 15-minute. Yeah, looks good. It'll be good. All you need a candle to close below 1.38, and let's say 950, 1.38, 950. And then there's a very high probability, yeah, it can continue down at that point. Why does your team do not reply me when I email them? Because probably, I don't know, maybe send them an email again. We had some server issues, so we'll see if you get the reply or not. Are you looking for GJ 4-hour wick fill? You know what? I was actually looking at that before for this candle to fill the wick, but there's a problem as it continues up to fill this wick, right? And the problem we're having is that we're having this minor resistance being formed on the 30-minute time frame. So as long as we don't break the high at 151.820, I don't think we're going to fill the wick. So I think price needs to break above 151.820 for price to continue up to fill the wick on the 4-hour. And this is the top of the wick on the 4-hour, around 152. What's your thought to sell gold below 1727? I think it's a pretty good chance, but I'm personally only going to be looking at gold during FOMC. I'm not looking at gold before FOMC. Not looking at gold before that. It's a very high volume news, and from experience, I'm only going to look at it during FOMC. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a sell on GBP CAD. First trade made on GBP CAD. I've checked this pair for a while. 11 pips made. Very nice. Beautiful. You had a bearish candle forming at this point. You had clean candle to the left hand side. You had a wick to fill. The next candle filled the wick, continued down. Amazing. Good job, man. This is what I like. You know, people winning. Ooh, looks like pound yen is going to break the high over here now. In the first 4-5 minutes of this 30-minute candle. Not yet. Came close, but not yet. Thinking of copying Raja over here. Using one lot. I'm doing my own trades with 0.2 lots as I do have a high win. Oh, nice. Let's see how the experiment is going to go there, Adil. Let's take a look at this GA trade over here. Oh, beautiful. Look at this GA. GA did exactly what it was supposed to do. Look at this. Came down and moved up to fill the range over here. Does not get any better than this. Is what I was expecting on GJ, to be honest. This is exactly what I was expecting on GJ. And this is what I call the money trades. The money trades, they just very, very high probability of winning. And yeah, look at this, man. Nice trade over here. This is something I was expecting on GJ, but I guess it didn't happen. It happened with GA. How do you know when to wait for a candle to close and when to enter on the break of the previous candle high? See, that's a very subjective question. Right over here, if you're looking for buys, you want price to break above this area and then take impulse entries for price to continue moving bullish, right? In case of GA at this point, you actually waited for candle to close bullish to give you a confirmation that, okay, now the next candles have the probability to continue up to fill the range. So it depends from a chart to chart, depends from analysis to analysis, you know, so that's also a very open-ended subjective question. A good question will be, hey Raja, this is my chart, this is the trade I'm looking at. Do you think it's better to look for impulse entries, or do you think it's better to look for or wait for a candle to close? That's going to be a much better question. I'm having a lag in Zoom. My internet speed is 5 Mbps. Yeah, I think it's pretty low. Maybe that's why you're having a lag in Zoom. What's my internet speed here? Let's take a look. Let's take a look over here. My internet speed. Oh, here we go. Not bad. 46 Mbps. In my previous house, I used to get 500 Mbps. This is a 90% drop. 48. Yeah, that's rookie numbers, I know. I know. They're bad numbers. Upload speed is garbage. Yeah, these are gulag speeds. But hey, listen, on 50 Mbps, I can still stream on YouTube, no problems at all. You know, so this proves to show that 50 Mbps is worthwhile. But I miss my 500 Mbps, man. I miss those download speeds. I get Gulag download speeds. My download speed is so garbage I can't even play PlayStation anymore. Because every 3 days they get like new updates, and all those updates are 10 gigs, 20 gigs. Can't do anything on that. Alright, slowly we're coming up over here. We're about to break the high at 151.820. What company I'm with? I'm with Bell. And they have a monopoly over here. Okay, these are rejection when candles try to come down, right? Yes. Not this consolidation area over here. How this rejection matters when candles going bullish, because here if it rejects zone, candles trying to come down. Here it's trying to go up. What's happening? I don't understand this at all. How this